We are at the 10th and Chestnut YMCA, and this is going to be a very informal Take It From Tara. I want you to see what's going on here. It's a huge event. It's for Black Achievers. And I'll tell you what, these kids are having a ball. They are doing everything from Zumba to learning about all the different organizations in town that can be of benefit to them as they get a little bit older. And these are all high school kids, so it's be a grown-up and how they're going to be most productive in doing so. So we've got companies that are doing some recruiting. I see Cisco and Louisville Mechanical Services among them. The lady who's teaching Zumba is a graduate of Black Achievers, and it just so happens she is with like this. I wish that I could get it to hang a little bit tighter. Hey, David, Janet, Hedrick. I'm sorry that we're breaking up a little bit here, but we're doing our best. We're in a gym. There's a lot of demand on the Wi-Fi, and hopefully we will be able to get it shared so that we have the capability of bringing this to you. Okay, so I'm back. It looks like we're hanging in there, which is good. In case you didn't hear me before because of the music, we're at the Black Achievers event in downtown Louisville at the 10th and Chestnut YMCA. And Congressman John Yarmouth just left. Knowing him, as fantastic as he is, always looking for ways to help our community and to raise awareness of events just like this by his presence. So we're very happy to be a part of this event today, and I'm going to be talking to Lynn Johnson in just a minute. She is the lady who's running the show here today. And we also have Kevin Gunn coming in. He used to be an intern at the television station I once ran. He reached out to me to see if I could help him with this particular event, and I said absolutely. So that's what I'm doing right now, is helping him with this event. And in the meantime, I'm going to be setting up some wires and some microphones and giving us the opportunity to hear from several different people as you watch what's going on here. And if I do break off, it's probably going to be because the signal has not done what it's supposed to do. This is a big building down here. There's a lot going on, and there are a lot of people whose phones are on sucking the Wi-Fi dry. So just bear with me, okay? So events like this are intended to give children an opportunity to expand their horizons and see what it's going to be like as they grow up and become an adult. And I love the fact that it has been so well received. It's been going on all morning. Kevin, I think, is on his way back with a group of kids who just went to one of the local radio stations called Art FM, and that's a cool experience for them because so many of them are listeners to radio music and absolutely love to be involved in everything that has to do with music. You saw the kids just now doing Zumba, and I love that kind of an interest, and it's really wonderful to see them having fun and getting exercise at the same time. That's one of the purposes of this particular organization, is a holistic approach, mind, body, spirit, getting kids involved in their community, and they're doing a beautiful job here this morning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of float this shot until Lynn comes up with a couple of folks that she wants to be able to introduce to us and let them display what's actually happening here at the Black Achievers event down at the YMCA at 10th and Chestnut. So I'll just be quiet for a minute and just kind of let you absorb the fun. are you, man?
Hi, how are you?
Let me put a mic on you real quick. Take those sunglasses off.
All right.
Here we go. I'm just doing my live shot because I wanted to catch some of the Zumba kids, and now here you are. I sucked off a little bandwidth. I know there are a million people here who are using it.
Oh.
So we'll just keep up with it, and if it says trying to reconnect, then we'll just go ahead and reconnect.
Okay.
So tell me about this event and what we're doing.
This is the health fair. It was put together by the students. I think they contacted all of the vendors and all of the health professionals. So.
We are busting in and out of here with.
Okay.
Do you know where your routers are?
That would be a Lynn Johnson question. I'm not really for sure.
Let's find out where you're. No, we're breaking in and out. So do you know where the routers are in the building?
Yes, Lynn.
Yeah, let's do that because I really don't want to miss what you guys are saying.
Okay.
How y'all doing?
I'm fine.
Is that where it's going to be best? Okay, we'll go out here then. So folks, you can see Shawnee Christian Health Center, Norton Healthcare, University of Louisville Dentistry, Youth Development for Healthy Living and Social Responsibility is the name of the Y, which is really fantastic. Falls City Medical Society. Lead the way, Kevin. You know where you're going better than I do. Woo! A little bit better out here.
Probably in this vicinity.
Okay, this is cool.
Okay.
This is awesome. We'll just keep our faces
Mr.
on
Brown,
the door.
Too. He's the director.
Hello, Mr.
here.
Brown.
This
How are you?
is Tara Bassett.
How do you do, sir? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm going to
Freddie
put you on a
Brown.
microphone. Here you go, Kevin. You know how to do that. All right, now we've got a consistent Wi-Fi. This is good. Come here, Mr. Brown. What's your first name?
Freddie.
Oh, excellent. Let me put this on you real quick. All right, here we go. We're going to talk to you guys, and then we're going to talk to the kids. Now, I'm going to ask you to go shoulder to shoulder. Good job. I know you're both big guys, big strong guys from working out at the Y. Tell me, Freddie, a little bit about what you do here at the 10th and Chestnut YMCA.
So I'm the exec here at the Chestnut Street Family YMCA. So I get to work with the team that works here and help guide things and make sure we're moving in the right direction and serving the community in the way we should be serving them.
Okay, tell me how you get kids to come into the Y, what the attraction is, I should say, and then once they're here, what exactly is it that they are encouraged to do, and what are they led to do?
So with our Black Achievers program, for example, we get the word out by hitting the schools, hitting churches, you name it. We're out there getting the word out, go to community events similar to what we're hosting here.
Sure.
And as people are going by, we let them know the opportunities that are available. And most young people, and especially the parents, when they know what the Black Achievers and the Youth Achievers is about, they want their kids here, and so it usually isn't too hard to get them here.
Well, and I think that one of the things that I want to focus on is the fact that these kids are from all walks of life.
Yes.
They're all ages in high school. And Kevin, you contacted me about this, so I want you to answer this question too. Does the Y supplement home life for a lot of the kids who are involved in Black Achievers?
Well, I think for the students, it's an opportunity to expose them to different careers and different career pathways. Myself, I'm one of the cluster leaders. We have different clusters, such as business, health, law and government, and of course communications, which I'm one of the cluster leaders for. And it just exposes them to different things outside of, after they finish with school. What's next for me? So that's pretty much it.
How many of the kids, Freddie, from YMCA here in downtown Louisville make the decision to go on to higher education?
Pretty much all of them, really. The ones that participate in this program, for the most part, we've had almost 100% that end up going to school, and a high percentage that go through their senior year. Well, let me put it that way. The ones that go all the way through their senior year, those go into college, and then a lot of them receive scholarships and cash awards to help support their studies.
That's fantastic. How much family support do kids who come to the YMCA get?
I would say it varies, but the parents are very supportive. We have a parent group. That,
good.
And so we help support the parents.
Yes, that's fantastic.
And sometimes it may not be a parent, it may be grandparent, or it may be uncle, aunt, but there's some type of family support there.
I like that. Kevin, what have you been doing since your days of being a television intern?
That was history long ago.
It sure was.
And that's where we met.
You and I don't look any older either.
No.
That's the best part.
I work for Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm the transportation coordinator for early childhood.
So what does that involve?
That involves a lot of making sure that routes are filled. I work in collaboration with the transportation department of JCPS. And so we meet at the beginning of the school year to try to make sure that the students are getting picked up for early childhood pre-K. That's the foundation for education. I like to put that out there because a lot of people forget about the pre-K students.
Yeah, I think that's really important to mention. What is the highest population age-wise of people who come to the YMCA? I'm seeing a lot of teenagers here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming that's what it's geared
to. So we've got about 300 and some odd high schoolers, and then about 120 that are elementary age students.
What's that little guy? He's not having an optimal experience today.
He's locked down in that stroller. That's that's his problem.
He doesn't like
he wants
that
to get out and
so
play.
much. Is there childcare? Is there childcare available?
Well, so we have a child development center Monday through Friday that's a full child development center. But as far as when people are participating in programs, having like a child care to support during programs, we don't do that.
Here you are again. Let's talk to some of the kids.
Yes.
Who are some of the folks that you want to bring on? You want to go get them, Kevin?
I sure will.
Let's leave the mic here. And you. Oh, let's put Lynn on camera.
Yes.
Come on, Lynn. Hop in here. Freddie, will you put that on her? I'll do it, actually. I'm not talking about. You can talk about whatever you want. Come on,
This is
right
one of our
over here.
8th grade cluster students.
Wonderful. All right, get in here.
Yeah, put this on your
Get in
shirt.
close.
You get Alicia at the desk, Alicia, Teen Center President, all there.
Yeah.
Alicia.
Let me help you, girl. You got it? Yeah. Okay, good. Clever. Clever. Okay, we have Lynn Johnson and Jade. What's your last initial? We can give you your last initial or your whole last name, whatever you want. So tell me about the experience that you've had in engaging in Black Achievers.
Well, they open many doors and like they help them to experience more stuff about like their community and outside world and bring more like experience to them.
That's fantastic. And Lynn, I know that's one of the major things that you really want to bring to the kids who participate is a taste of the real world and how to be a part of it.
Oh, sure. We're just preparing them to be productive adults, giving them plenty of exposure throughout our community and outside of our community. And this is career knowledge, giving them knowledge of career, and it's also helping them with their college readiness, preparing for them so that they can be able to choose the correct career that they want.
That's what you look like.
Yes, that's what we look
I'm holding the monitor up so you can see yourselves because it's so much more fun to see yourself on TV.
Wow.
So Jade, are you a senior, did you say?
No, I'm an 8th grader.
8th grader? You look like you could be a senior. What are your plans for high school?
Well, I got accepted into Central. I'm going to Central next year.
Excellent.
I'm gonna
Wonderful.
I'm going to be going into the vet classes that they have because that's what I want to be. And I just plan on like, as far as college and stuff, I plan on like going to Auburn, out of state.
You came to the right girl if you're an animal lover. Did you say vet classes? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's always going to be a job for a vet tech or a veterinarian because people are spending billions of dollars a year on animals, right? So if either of you have a dog or a cat, you know.
I'm going to connect you for a mentor with one of our Black Achiever students that's now a doctor, a veterinarian. Her name is Tiara Price. And she's been calling me about coming back and participating with the program. It's my first connection.
Oh, that sounds
I'm
great.
excited
Good for
about
you.
that.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
So she's in Philadelphia right now. So that's going to be a great connect. Yeah.
So Jade, what is today about for you? Tell me about the purpose of this event.
Today, well, we actually went to a radio station today, but I think that was to like learn how to like put ourselves out there more into the world.
Speak up just a little bit for me, okay?
And it was like to help us put ourselves out there in the world and learn how many outlets there is.
Are any of the kids who went interested in communications working in radio or TV?
I think so. There was like 2.
So what did you learn at the station? This was Art FM, by the way, that you went to.
Yeah.
Was there somebody live on the air?
Yeah.
Cool. Who was it? Remember? Were they doing talk or music?
I was doing both.
Did they interview you? Too bad. That you would have been a great interview. They missed their opportunity. I would have had you on the air immediately. What do you think? What do you think was the best thing that you learned about being at a radio station on the air today?
That you have like a freedom and you can express your opinion.
And you have to express it within reason, by the way, because the FCC has these little things called licenses. And if you say something you're not supposed to say, there goes the signal. So who else would we like to chat with, Miss Lynn? You've got some more folks that are...
I have a
Excellent.
She is our Teen Senate President.
Excellent. Come on in, and let's let Jade grab you a microphone there. You keep yours on. All right, and tell me your name again. It's very hard for me to hear you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my name is Alicia Leach.
Alicia, okay. And you were one of the kickers offers of this health fair.
Yes, yes, I was.
Tell me about the organizational aspects of it. It seems like it's already a rolling success. So
what we do is we try to, a major thing for events like this, you want to plan before and not wait till the last minute. So planning is very important, reaching out to the vendors and the different community people to come in and help and do something at the table. Also having our sellers that do different things that they want to sell their product and showcase the different businesses of Louisville. And then this morning we want to come in and make sure that everyone was in the right spot and kind of have a plan of where people sit, so it's a little more organized and a little easier for us to work with.
All right, how long have you been an employee of the YMCA?
Well, I started the Black Achievers program my freshman year, and I wish I would have started sooner. But my older sister, she wasn't a part of it, so I'm, I guess, the first. My little sister is now a part of it, but
good.
I'm a junior now, so I've learned so much through the Black Achievers program, and I'm so grateful to be part of it.
That's wonderful. So what have you seen to be the results of the kids that you have encouraged to be a part of it? Your classmates, your little sister, of course, coming up. What are the results of that involvement?
Well, one big thing is leadership. You take on a lot of leadership roles and there's new experiences and there's always new people. So it's a lot of networking and getting in the right crowds, meeting new people that could potentially be your employer one day.
Yes.
And be the boss. So you never know where it can take you.
Okay, so tell me who the vendors are that are here specifically today, and is this one of several events or is this like a standalone event, Lynn?
This is the first one that the students have put on.
Wow.
Here at Chestnut. Yeah. It's the first time.
That's amazing, with just a little bit of leadership, but not a lot of interference, right? Okay, so this is the first one you put on, and what made you decide to focus on health?
Well, with the African American community, a lot of times we neglect our health, and we don't realize how essential it is for us to keep growing and being healthy as well. So it was really important for people to not only know to be healthy, but learn how to be.
Wow, and that's a tough job for all of us, you know. And I think what are the primary areas that you confront as an African American woman in health? What are the major concerns you have about your own body and your own mind?
Well, I mean, there's lots of different aspects. Like for me, my blood intake, and my mom is anemic, so me learning more about that and what I need to do to fix that. And also, like, I have a lot of diabetic family members. I'm not personally one, but just to make sure I avoid those problems, learning what to eat and what to do in my life to avoid.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. When you just mentioned anemia, are we talking about what many people have typically associated with African American blood issues, sickle cell anemia, or is that a completely different? We're going to have to ask a doctor. You're a doctor, but you play one on TV, right? You're not a doctor.
Doctors here.
Oh, well, good.
They're all here.
Well, let's see if we can round one up. I want to talk about that. Why don't you give me that microphone?
Okay.
Who's this beautiful young lady standing here?
This is our Youth Achiever of the Year. That's Micaiah.
Come on around here, Micaiah. Let's hook you up. Stay right where you are, my dear. Can you put that on your t-shirt? You guys have probably been in radio and television interviews already, right? So you know how to run a microphone. Let me get that down just a little bit. Okay. So, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Micaiah Griffin. I'm a senior at Western High School, and I'm the Caring Youth Achiever of the Year for the Black Achievers Program.
That's fantastic. Now tell us, let me introduce a couple of folks who are watching us today, because I always like to give them a lot of credit.
Okay.
David Janet Hedrick, Tony Hendricks, James Green, Brian Gatewood. Hey Brian, good luck in your judicial race. Angela K. Cornett, David Finn Madley, Russ Morgan, Kim Kelly, Rick Asbury, Reggie Garcia, Dawn Marie O'Brien, Jamie Nicole, and Metro Councilman Bill Hollander. He's my council person, and I love him. He does a lot of good in the city. So how did you get this wonderful honor?
The Black Achiever of the Year is selected once a year from a Black Achiever Senior, and it's selected amongst a committee of judges. So what we go through is we apply for we use an application, and the students who are qualified, I think it's like a 3.2 or 5 GPA and 75% or more attendance in the program. And so then we go on to an interview. So there's about 15 candidates who get selected for an interview. And after that, they announce at the Kwanzaa celebration the 5 finalists, and they also announce the Youth Achiever of the Year. And so throughout the month of January and February, we're leading up to get prepared for the Black Achievers celebration, the banquet. This year was our 39th annual celebration.
Amazing.
So next year they're going to do something big for the 40th.
Oh, that's
Senior, so I'm excited.
Oh, that is exciting. Are you going to be involved in the preparation and the planning?
Hopefully, yes. We have a committee that meets so that we help pick colors, pick the quote of the year, the theme,
The music that they're marching on.
I'm just watching the people pouring in here, and it's really gratifying to see such a fantastic turnout, and I'm sure you feel the same way. What was the process by which you encouraged members of Black Achievers or kids who are not even involved with the program to come and be involved in today's event? Which one of you want to take that?
Well, we had a flyer made, and social media is huge.
Of course.
So sharing on social media, telling them that it's free to the community, anyone is welcome, that just keep on posting it and getting it out there is the best way to do it.
Free events are always the best.
Yes, and I definitely think that the use of social media is so great because it's like a wildfire. It sparks like wildfire. You share it, you send it, and now look at the outcome. So many people are interested.
Well, and as we know, a tremendous amount of social media has been utilized in the school shootings that took place in Florida. And I would love to hear your feelings about what's happening right now with the Marching for Your Lives and whether you participated in it and how you feel about it, because I saw some interviews with some kids from Chicago and other schools in Florida, including Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, where some of the African American students said this is not the same issue that we confront. And I'd love to know what your feelings are and opinions and whether you participated in the march.
This year I was busy. We had a march at my school that I participated in, but I did not participate in the nationwide March for Our Lives. I definitely have many mixed feelings about it. I definitely think it's a huge issue that we have gun violence in our schools, because it's scary to think about the fact that you can go to school and you might not come back home to your parents.
Right.
But I would like to address that there's been so many issues of gun violence within my own community for years, and it seems that it's been ignored up until now. And we have to address that and bring that up, because gun violence in the African American community in Louisville itself is rising. We're upon the top 10 deadliest cities in the nation right now, and it's scary to think about that.
It's pretty impressive that you have those statistics off the top of your head too. And the shootings are typically and have been occurring in white affluent schools. So I guess the difference between what you're experiencing and what those kids have been experiencing is it's almost become a routine part of your lives at school. What can you imagine that parents and administrators need to do to keep you safe in your school? What would you like to see them do?
Really good question. One thing that I suggested for my school is a lot of schools do have security, but my school personally doesn't have as much. I go to DuPont Manual, and we don't have as much. Like, we don't have like a police officer as some schools would. So that kind of makes me nervous. Like, when there's a threat,
you don't have a resource officer at all?
We have like security officer, but we don't have like a police officer.
I gotcha.
When there is a threat, we do have police officers like on standby type of thing near the building, but it's not like a common thing as other schools do, and that kind of worries me. Like, it could happen in our school, and we're in the part of downtown pretty much, and it could happen at any moment. Like, we don't just have manual students, but U of L is right there, so they share like a lot of our parking spaces, so they're all around. So you never know what could Absolutely.
Amazing. Do you have anything to add to that, Michaela?
I think that we should definitely pay attention to the mental health of our students and stop ignoring the issues that we see and the things that we see come out of our students' mouth on social media, because a lot of the answers lie just within the words that they post and the things that they say. And I also think that definitely tightening up security. You know, at my school we don't have the what do you call them, where you walk through the metal detectors. And I think that, you know, due to recent events, that should be something that we should be implementing in our schools. You know, I saw another student, he was so innovative and creative that for his school he created door locks that could not be broken down by any means at all for his entire school. And now their entire school is utilizing them. So in the event of that, all their doors will be secured and there's no way that a shooter would be able to penetrate the door. So, you know, innovative things that we can be able to use to protect our students at all costs, you know. That would make us feel a lot better.
You guys are amazing. I'm really proud of and impressed by you. And I want to invite you also to come visit me at Bridgehaven Mental Health Services, because you just mentioned mental health, and I think unfortunately a lot of mental health is overlooked in our community. It's the last great stigma barrier to overcome. And I'd love you guys to see what we do so you can pass that word in your schools. And we deal with the adult population. We're not talking about kids at Bridgehaven, but I think it would be an interesting visit for you. Now, I see this guy who's standing over here looking very official, and I'm assuming that's a doctor. And he doesn't just play one on TV. He's a real doctor. Okay, which one of you has to go and do some other stuff? You know you do? You go ahead, and let's bring the doctor in and put that mic on him, and I'll bring Lynn in. Thank you both.
Thank you
ladies,
so much.
you are just delightful. Thank you so much. I'll give Lynn the information.
Okay, thank you so much.
Lynn, would you come back in over here next to the doctor, please?
I don't have no questions like him.
Well, that's okay. Here's what we're going to do, and you'll have to forgive me, Doc, but I am having a hard time hearing on the noise because I don't have the ability to stand next to you and hear you. Let me shake your hand first of all.
Nice.
Introduce yourself, if you will, please.
I'm Dr. James Rayler.
And what is your practice, Dr. James?
Internal medicine.
And is it focused specifically in West Louisville or in downtown Louisville?
We're in downtown Louisville. I'm with a Norton-based practice on Barrett Avenue. Our focus for internal medicine is for adult medicine. We do usually medical practice for 18 and above.
What is your role here today?
My role here today is to actually participate and to try to answer questions regarding health prevention and wellness, and also to perhaps give some direction for individuals who may have some very specific health concerns.
Okay, so I just asked this question and I don't know the answer, but I bet you do. I'm sure you do. One of the young ladies who was just here was talking about the fact that her mother is anemic and she has anemia issues as well.
Yes.
I wonder if that's the correlation between something that we have always associated with the African American community, which is sickle cell anemia. Are the two the same or are they different?
No, there are various forms of anemia.
Okay.
It would be something perhaps that may be inherited, since she says her mother suffers from the condition.
Right.
But that would be the imperative for actually making sure that she seeks health care. Certainly for the young lady, she may go to a pediatric or an adolescent medicine specialist, but to also gather that information regarding her mother's health care and to be able to allow them to make a correlation as to whether or not there is an inherited pattern or some other condition that may be precipitous or be the problem for one or both of them.
Okay, so Lynn, tell me, and scoot a little bit closer there, tell me what your hope is for the kids who are here today dealing with Dr. James here.
My hope for the students today that they come and pick up some knowledge, just to ask them questions, because he's not the only doctor that was present here, that they would ask plenty of questions so they can help further their education to make sure that this is the right, correct path that they want to go to. So if they get somebody that's already there and tell them exactly what to expect, then I think this is a way of exposing the young people to their career knowledge in the health career field. And seeing someone that's like you can't say that I can't do that. Yes, you can.
So, Doctor, are you getting some expression of interest from the kids that are talking to you about being in the medical field?
Absolutely. I think that many times they have, you'll ask a child rather, if they have any career aspirations or goals, and they'll say, I want to be. but I think it's important for them to see one so that they can be one. And when they actually see us as persons of color actually performing in our profession, they know they too can achieve that as well.
Where did you go to school?
I went to undergraduate at Kentucky State University and did my medical education at University of Louisville.
Wonderful. And did you encounter issues that came up for you even in the 2000 and nearly 20 Millennium Plus? Did you discover issues of segregation or prejudice in your education at University of Louisville?
No, actually, University of Louisville was very proactive. It was a welcoming environment. There was an environment of success from the dean on down. And so certainly I would have to say, no, I had a very wonderful medical education. It was comprehensive. It was an inclusive one. And it was one that we really want you to succeed, and I did.
And what are you telling the kids who may be afraid of encountering that kind of prejudice when they go into a university situation? Because a lot of these kids are graduating. What do you tell them?
Well, you just have to be deeply rooted in yourself. You have to understand that adversity is there. However, you don't have to look at the situation, you look through it, because if other people can persevere, then so can you. And then you have to know what resources are available. It's not many times your task alone to overcome a certain situation. However, if you know what resources that are available, that's one thing we like to do with the National Medical Association, is to liaison with our young students, whether they're in college, whether they're in medical school, so that they'll have a resource, so they can have someone that they can look to and use as a resource and help them to muster on through when they think they have a difficult period.
That's fantastic. Stephen Fonte, Dana Dudgeon, Maria Miles, Brad Leedy, and Myra Johns are all watching. We have a pretty good group here who are viewing what's happening today. Tell us the details for the rest of the day, Len. How long is this going on? How do people get here? And we know it's free already, which is great.
Yes, I did want to iterate that the doctors are in a group called the Fall City Medical Group.
Yes. Fall City Medical Society is our local organization. We are the chapter which is under the National Medical Association. We are a composite of various physicians of all different specialties. I'm a primary care doctor, as would be pediatricians, family practice, all aspects of surgery, anesthesia, critical care, dentists, pharmacists, every allied health professional. So that is our focus, and that is our composite, and that's what we do. We look at the aspect, and many times it's for the underprivileged and underserved areas. Many times and historically have been black. However, we do actually have other aspects, whether they're socioeconomic, who are underserved, and that's what our focus is. How can we work along with societies like the Greater Louisville Medical Society, as well as our public health department, but to maybe perhaps put that voice and that focus on the underserved and underprivileged.
Okay, so I have a question for you, both of you actually, Len and Dr. James. What I would love to see in our society is an emphasis on kids who are not really destined for college to be able to learn trades. How do you guys feel about encouraging kids who are at Black Achievers to learn how to do something physical as opposed to maybe something intellectual? Because we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need people who build houses, we need a ton of people who provide the infrastructure of our country. And I know that it's probably much more a reality that we want our kids to achieve to a level that you have, Doctor, of going to medical school and becoming a productive doctor. How is the feeling about that in the African American community as represented today?
Well, as more and more as we go along, we find that interest is coming up more. So our volunteers have started beginning in the planning for the new program year.
Yes.
To implement those trades in our regular sessions. Because we do have an engineering cluster, and the engineering cluster includes many of those different trades, but we're talking about just kind of separating and making sure that we get all those individual trades so that all of our students will have some type of career when they graduate.
That's very important.
We get some training.
Yeah, no matter what the career is, it's some
already
sort of career.
in the thinking.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
Well, you guys are great. You're so full of wonderful information. Doctor, thanks for taking the time to be with us. I know you've got work to do. Don't leave without my mic.
Yes,
there we go. Please don't take my mic. Lynn, don't you even think about unplugging. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so Lynn, as we continue this conversation,
Yeah.
stay on camera.
Oh.
This is a rather informal Take It From Tara today. We are at the YMCA at 10th and Chestnut, and I'm talking to Lynn Johnson, who is pretty much, what's your actual title?
I am the director of the program.
Oh, the whole Black Achievers program. Yes. I like the t-shirt, I like the hashtag, We Achieve.
The students designed this.
Very nice, very nice. And I like the hashtag because it's so easy to connect with the successes that you guys are encouraging.
Yeah, we are on media.
Okay, what can kids do who are listening or interested to become a part of Black Achievers?
To be a part of the program, just come to the Chestnut Street YMCA right here at the corner of 10th and Chestnut. They will give you the application right here. There is an application fee for you to be a part of the program. It's an annual fee, but I don't let that annual fee deter you from being a part of the program. If you have a desire to come in and to better yourself, educational-wise, we're here to help any and all. The YMCA has financial assistance to assist families who cannot afford that fee. And if that doesn't work, I got plenty of sponsors who will come in and step to help.
So I was going to say you have kind of scholarship,
like,
right?
No problem.
Yeah, kind of a scholarship.
In all, we have the younger students. We have extended our program to kindergarten to 7th grade, and then we have 8th grade on up through high school, graduate. Once those students graduate from high school, in their 12th grade year, they earn scholarship dollars. We have to find them scholarships to get them into their first year of higher education.
So that's amazing. So you actually have programs that work with advancing the children from their high school years in Black Achievers on into higher education.
Yes.
What's the youngest age of the kids that you're working with?
The youngest age, kindergarten, 5.
Holy smoke. And how do the programs differentiate? I mean, is this a part of an addition to their school curriculum, like coming to go to school and then come to the Y afterwards?
No, this is an out-of-school program. We meet only on Saturdays.
Only Saturdays?
Saturdays. It's the 2nd and 4th Saturday of the month. I go the same schedule calendar year as JCPS.
Okay.
That's from August to I end in April, the last Saturday in April.
So what are some of the events that are coming up in addition to the one that's obviously a roaring success today?
Our end day is on April the 28th.
Okay.
Here at this branch from 9 a.m. to 12 noon.
Okay.
We will go and do a summation of our whole entire year. Every cluster, which is our career clusters, will be on the program at that time, giving update of what they learned throughout the year. And then on top of that, Papa John's is sponsoring us pizza.
Now that was the Zumba teacher.
The Zumba teacher is Victoria Russell.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So she's a graduate.
She's a graduate of the program, 1990-something. She was Youth Achiever of the Year.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Many of our volunteers are alumni of the program. You have met many. I have several that are here today that are alumni of the program. They come back and they get back to the program and run our career cluster sessions.
How long has Black Achievers been in existence?
We're going into our 40th year.
Wow.
Next year is 40.
And Michaela, and what was the other young lady's name?
Alicia.
Alicia. It's so hard for me to hear. I'm sorry. Alicia and Michaela were talking about the fact that it was 40, and Alicia's going to be a senior, and she was so excited about planning it.
She is.
She'll probably drag Michaela back from college. Isn't she graduating?
Yeah, Micaiah's graduating.
Michaela, yeah, she's so cute.
Micaiah's going on to University of Louisville.
How much political discussion occurs in Black Achievers? What are you teaching kids about the leadership of our nation, even from our city level up? What are you teaching them about how to become participatory in the political process?
That goes into our law and government career cluster. They cover those events and those current events. That's always their topic of discussions in their career cluster. So it's not the whole entire group, but in the law and government cluster, they cover all of those.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So Congressman Yarmouth was here.
Yes.
He's a big supporter.
He's a big supporter. Absolutely.
He's a big supporter of everything.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Around.
We call him Congressman Awesome, in case you don't know.
And I don't know if you met our CEO, Steve Carter.
No, but if you put somebody else on camera with me and you can go find him, that'd be awesome.
He's here working about. I'm getting ready to find somebody real quick for you.
I'll tell you what, let's do this. While you go find him, let me have your mic back. You go find him, and I will just do a quick little walk around and show people exactly what it is that we're doing today. All right, we're going to move our tripod just a little bit. How you doing? Are you guys having fun today? We're on Facebook Live. Will you tell us why you came down today to the Black Achievers event?
8th grade. 8th grade cluster.
8th grade cluster? What does that mean?
We all have like different groups. Like, so it's like 8th grade, and then once you're in 9th grade, you can choose what club you can be in, like medical, communication.
What are you interested in? Excellent. You want to be a doctor?
Yeah.
How awesome are you? And you're in 8th grade? Man, that's amazing. What is your hope for your future?
I want to be a judge.
Good for you. What's your name?
China.
Judge China. It has a ring. I like that. And you are, ma'am? Jaylia, what do you want to do with your future?
I'm going to be a nail tech.
That's fantastic. Okay, would you just take a look at these, please? There at the back. What could you do to help me?
I will give you a treatment, and then I will do a wax on your nails and do a gel coat.
Come back in here because I didn't get your name, young lady. Thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to us. You guys are amazingly articulate, and I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Glenda Poole-Atkins, glad that you're with us today. Hey, Lou. Clint Ackerman, we are just adding to the group here. Melissa Miller-Garrett and Forrest Bud Dressing. And Sarah Byerly and Sarah Winslow from way up northeast. So glad to have you with us. Hi.
Hi.
Come on, pop in here and let me put a mic on you, ma'am. I understand you are famous not only for Zumba, but also for being a graduate of Black Achievers.
I am Youth Achiever of the Year in 1998.
Tell me, what's your name?
Victoria Russell.
And you currently work at?
I actually work at Papa John's in marketing.
Awesome.
But Zumba is my passion on the side.
Where do you normally teach?
I actually don't teach right now, but I attend classes with a wonderful instructor, Vonda Woodmore. Teaches at Fern Valley Strike and Spare Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 6:30. Come see me. I will be there too.
Is it a bowling alley?
It is. It's the upstairs floor of the bowling alley. She's done a beautiful job with the room.
In Fern Creek?
Yes. Fern Valley Strike and Spare.
Sounds like so much fun.
It is. It is.
Okay, so talk to me about your experience as the Achiever of the Year.
Oh, wow. So it's been a long, long time ago, but I'm still very,
It's not that long ago, honey.
It feels like it. Still very dedicated to the program. I love what it did for me and my sister. I have a twin sister that was also in the program.
Wow.
At the same time.
Was she mad that you won?
I'm sorry?
Was she mad that you won?
I don't think so. I think she was supportive. She might have been just a little bit. But it was a wonderful experience being in the program. Was in it the whole time, 8th through 12th grade. Got scholarships from the program to go to the University of Kentucky.
Fantastic.
But something I'll always appreciate, meeting all the other kids in the program and building those lifelong relationships. I would do it again.
Yes. So the time that you were in Black Achievers was through your high school years.
Yes.
The most probably impressionable
yes, definitely.
of all your life. What do you do with the kids who are working with you in either a Zumba capacity? Are you involved in other aspects of Black Achievers at this point?
Not currently. We actually did do a post with Papa John's with the Black Achievers program. It was called Pass the Pizza, and so I was able to pass the pizza on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to the Black Achievers program. And on the last session, Papa John's is sponsoring all the pizza for all the kids and volunteers.
Oh, that's fantastic. So in these impressionable years, what is your hope for the kids in Black Achievers that will mirror what you've accomplished in your life?
I hope kids just keep pushing, don't give up, have big dreams, shoot for the stars, you can accomplish it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. If there's something you need or mentors you're looking for, go ask them. Don't wait for someone to come to you and pull you along in life. Get out there, ask for help, ask for mentors, ask them to help get you where you want to be.
That's fantastic. You know, and I was thinking too, I just spoke to 3 young ladies who were so articulate. All of them have been. The 2 who were talking to me, Michaela and Alicia, and these 3 young ladies who were here just now, ranging in careers from being a nail tech, and she gave me some great advice on this mess that I call my nails, to a doctor, to a judge.
Oh, wow.
What kind of role models do you see in this community as necessary, and how can they become involved in Black Achievers as mentors?
I think, honestly, no matter what field you're in, you can be a mentor for the kids, no matter what type of work you do, because everyone has value to add. no matter what you do. So whether you're a nail tech or a judge or a surgeon, it doesn't really matter. You have life experiences that these kids can learn from. And just what you've been through in your life, how you got where you are, what pitfalls you can help them avoid is really important. There's a lot that I've learned along the way that I would love to continue to help share with kids to avoid those and help them be successful.
Well, that's huge, and I appreciate you taking the time to be with us and to talk over the maelstrom that is occurring here.
Yes.
Great turnout. Are you teaching Zumba again?
We'll see. I think it ends about 12 o'clock, but we'll see if we can switch it in one more class.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. Let me have my mic.
No problem.
Don't leave without it.
All right.
Have a good one. Go teach and have fun.
Will do.
So as we walk through and we notice the number of folks who are participating in this event today, I'm very happy and appreciative of the fact that Kevin Dunn, who's standing over there in the blue shirt, contacted me and asked me to be a part of it. I'm going to talk to the jewelry lady because this looks cool. Hi there.
Hello.
You're on Facebook Live and you're going to get a chance to show off your wares. So hang on one second. Take that and you can just... No. I want you to do it. You talk right now. No, don't turn it upside down though. Just hold it right up to your mouth. You'll be okay. There you go. Tell me your name and what this is all about.
My name is Tanita Cricket, and this is paparazzi jewelry. Everything is $5. It's nickel and lead free. And I am actually just signing up today. So I'm here with my sponsor, and she's just showing me some things to learn about.
Are you making some of this?
No, we do not make it. We just sell it.
So you purchase it for sale. Awesome. And is this young lady right here the one who's in charge of this company? Come on over here. Grab that mic.
Wonderful.
She doesn't want to talk on mic anymore.
Well, hello, come on in to Cece's Jewelry Box.
Oh, Cece's Jewelry Box. And I'm assuming you are Cece?
I am Cece. I am a paparazzi consultant.
Okay. And where does paparazzi come from? Is it something
It's out of Utah. Yes, it is. It's out of Utah. I sell nickel and lead free. Affordable jewelry. Everything is $5.
$5?
Yes.
Wow, this is beautiful stuff.
Only $5.
Rings and earrings and necklaces and bracelets.
I have children's jewelry. I have jewelry for men, which is called the Urban Collection.
The Urban Collection for men.
Yes.
Only.
For men and women.
Men and women. Okay, so it's unisex.
It's unisex. It's designed for men, but honey, the women buy it more than the men.
Do you want to encourage guys to wear more jewelry?
Yes.
What do you think it does for their self-esteem?
They need to get the arms ready, put some jewelry on them. They need to put the jewelry on them. We love it. We love to see our men in jewelry.
Well, we wear jewelry not only for the men, but for each other.
For each other, for ourselves. But yes. So if you're interested, my website is www.cecesjewelrybox.com.
cecesjewelrybox.com. Okay, I'm going to take a card with. Do you have a card?
Yes, please.
Hand me a card, and I'm going to put it up in front of the phone so people can see. Oops, that's upside down. That won't help very much, will it? Cece's Jewelry Box, cecesjewelrybox.com. Cecilia Kelly, independent paparazzi jewelry and accessories stylist. And you can find out everything that you need to know about her right here. All jewelry for $5. That is a bargain.
And we also have clip-ons, and I can convert pierced to clip-ons if you need.
Now that's nice. And can you convert clip-ons to pierced? That's what I had to do with all my mother's jewelry.
Convert clip-ons to pierced.
It was very hard.
But I tell you what, I bet I can make it happen.
You probably could. You look talented enough to do it.
I love jewelry. I love paparazzi.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thank you, Cece. I'm going to take my mic back, and I'm going to talk to a few other folks who are here. I hope you have a lot of sales.
You had something.
I know. It's fantastic.
No, something else.
Oh, it's okay. I'm totally good. I don't want to take any swag, as they say in Hollywood. But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool stuff.
Now I'm gonna get these, but I'm gonna look you up.
All right, I'm going to get off the jewelry train here, and we're going to come up. And I have to talk to those folks too. But you are...
I'm just getting the earrings.
A noted Black Achiever, ma'am. What is your name, please?
My name is Nicole Scales.
Nicole?
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us for a minute. I want to know about your experience with Black Achievers and how it has influenced your life.
Okay, so I was in the Black Achievers and in '96 I started in 8th grade.
You look like you're 18.
Thank you
what
so
in
much.
the world?
I am 36 years old.
Holy smoke.
But thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate the compliment.
You're
But
welcome.
I was involved in Black Achievers and I was the only child and single parent, and I always felt like Black Achievers was my additional family. I got a chance to grow. I learned so many different things. I was in the medical cluster. I got to go on so many different job shadows and college experiences. And I say it's a village. It's that old saying that you take a village to raise a child. They were part of my village, and I appreciate everything that they've done for me. And I wanted to come back and actually volunteer and give back as well. I'm in the education field. I work for JCPS. So
What do you do? Tell me about your teaching. Okay.
I work for the program called LEAP, Global Education Employment Partnership.
Yes.
And it's in 13 different high schools. I'm at Western High School. And I love working with my kids. I love supporting them. I do as much as they want me to do to help them succeed and transfer and transition into college and employment. So.
You know what I love is that every person who has spoken to me here is so incredibly, well, first of all, supportive of this program,
right,
which you can imagine everyone would be because it is apparently accomplishing amazing things.
Absolutely.
And secondly, very motivated. And I think that's maybe, can you attribute a lot of that to participation in Black Achievers?
Absolutely. Like I said before, I started in 8th grade. I was quiet. I did not like to talk.
And look at you now.
They took me out of my comfort zone, and I got a chance to learn and grow and connect with different people. I don't think I would have had that experience if I wouldn't have been in Black Achievers.
So explain to me what the actual process of being in Black Achievers is.
Okay, so I can tell you one thing, my mom was an adult achiever, so I was very influenced by her and the things that she did and where she worked. The way Black Achievers was connected with me is I grew up in Black Achievers at the YMCA. I actually did daycare when I was 3 in this same YMCA in the daycare area, and as I got older, I volunteered with the summer program. I was a youth counselor. So then I grew up here. So when I got between 8th grade, I was like, okay, I need to be in Black Achievers. So I was in Black Achievers from 8th to 12th, and this is like my family. I grew up in Black Achievers, and I learned so much. So.
And this building is like your second home.
It is. It really, really is. So when Miss Lynn calls me, she sent me an email Wednesday and said, can you volunteer?
You were running.
Yes, I can.
You said, I will be there yesterday.
Absolutely.
So what is your idea within the schools of Jefferson County? And I hear kids saying, I'm going to Western, I'm going to Central. I'm curious as to whether or not busing has been a huge, wait a second, we lost a plug. I think our sorry about that.
Are you fine?
Sound might have gone down there for a minute.
Okay.
I hear kids saying they're going to Western, they're going to Central, and I'm curious about this after all of the busing issues of the 1970s to talk about integration. Kevin, you can join in on this if you want to.
Okay.
You want to fly in
fellow
here?
Job Corps buddy.
Here you go. Let's put this on here. After all the integration of the 70s and the discussions about busing and all of the horrors that it was, that produced the riots that we had, do you feel like schools are still segregated? Do you feel like there are schools that are literally focused on kids who are African American? I know that look at you guys looking up to the ceiling.
I'll say this.
Yes.
JCPS is very different because we have traditional schools. We have reside schools. We have schools that are magnets. We have schools that are Montessori. So the opportunity is there. I can say it depends on, like, for example, Western High School is a reside school. So everybody in that community goes to Western High School. And they are primarily African American students that are living in that area. But I can say if there's an opportunity for them to go and branch off to a Male or a Butler or a Central, you will still have that opportunity as well.
Kevin, you want to throw anything in there?
I think the opportunities there, like my friend was saying, it has to be a collaborative effort through teachers and parents to help, because a lot of the schools, they get their backing through the PTAs and the PTSAs, and without them participating in that organization or those organizations, then they don't have a lot of help. So
that's a key part of it then.
It is.
What are you going to do in the future to promote Black achievers within the Jefferson County Public Schools, or are you even allowed to do that?
I am. So through my program, I actually bring community programs in the building. So I often have cafeteria visits. I'll call them my cafeteria visits, and I have programs in the building. They come in the cafeteria and they get to speak to kids all throughout lunch. Even sometimes when they give me a call and say, Nicole, can I speak to a group of kids with my principal's approval, they get to speak to some of the kids about the opportunities. And I'm getting my master's in school counseling. You better believe I'm going to be promoting Black achievers when I become a school counselor.
That. That's fantastic. Thank you both so much for taking the time to talk to me. Thanks to Lisa Langford, Sue Knable, and Leslie Moyes for watching us. We appreciate everybody's interest in Black Achievers right here at 10th and Chestnut at the YMCA, which is, Nicole said, has become a second home to so many kids who have grown up in this area and who participated. And thanks to you, Kevin, for bringing us down.
Thank you for coming out.
You guys have a wonderful afternoon, and I will do one more quick shot of all of the activity that is happening here at the YMCA.
We also had one more person that wanted to talk to you.
You have one more person? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, come back here.
Hey.
Hop on there. So sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. No, thank you for the opportunity.
Put it way up high.
Way up high?
There you go.
Let me see if I can get it to go.
Let me help you.
Just put it on my shirt.
You
put it on my shirt.
Yeah, let me do this for you. Hold up there. There we go. Okay. Okay. Right. Tanisha. I just messed up your shirt a little bit.
That's okay. That's fine.
The last name is really all that matters, right?
Right.
See right there. Tanisha, tell me about your role in, and there's just somebody just typed, "You go, girl."
Well, thank you.
Tell me about your role in Black Achievers.
All right, I'm the Law and Government Cluster. It means I help mentor our youth who are going to be our next politicians, our next lawyers, servicemen and women. Do all types of things with them. We have guest speakers. We have the FBI come in and talk with them.
Wow.
We do interviewing skills. We talk about societal issues and how they're going to, address that in their peer groups and when they go on to college. So a plethora of activities and events, and then we try to sit there and get them to use their voice and speak up and go out and change the world. So that's one of the things we love about our Law and Government Cluster here.
What is your line of work?
I'm currently a partner at the law firm of Quinteros, Prieto, Wood & Boyer, which is actually our nation's largest minority and women-owned law firm.
Holy smoke!
Yes.
Right here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right
Another
here in
thing
Louisville.
we can be proud of.
We do. We have 20 offices nationwide. We like to call ourselves the Kentucky Cousins, but we do value quality, diverse counsel to meet our clients' legal needs all throughout the United States. So I'm happy to be a partner there. Of course, right now I'm running for judge. So that is one of my things I'm passionate about is service and getting back to our community. And I want to do that from the bench because we also need to make sure we have diverse judges on our bench serving our community to better reflect the community we serve.
All right, what district court judges or any judges at this point are mentoring you in your run?
Well, I actually have a lot of judges. I've been practicing for 12 years. I started working at a law firm at the age of 15 through the Central High School Law and Government Magnets. Where's my yellow jackets at?
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I have a plethora of mentors, different people I look up to. I definitely say Judge Erica Lee Williams is one of my
She's awesome.
One of my biggest mentors.
I have
and
her
supporters.
bright green T-shirt and carry bag from her last election.
I was on that campaign team, so thank you so much for your support there. She is awesome. She has a certain way in which she administers justice with a smile on her face, even when the consequences are harsh, or even just helping pro se litigants, kind of see everything in their cases in small claims courts. I really do think she'll be a great asset for me when we're both members on the term and we're both on the bench.
Are you running, who are your opponents? Are you running against a number of other people?
There are. So we'll be on the May 22nd primary. I'll tell you this, I was up for appointment in 2017. That was a judicial nominating commission that thought they interview you. It's a bipartisan committee. They select 3 names to go up to Governor Bevin, and at that point, Governor Bevin appoints the judge at that time. So I was up back to back, and Governor Bevin didn't think it was my time. So I'm making it my time. I decided to run against an incumbent that he appointed to the bench. And it's just that that particular judge did not add what we needed to the bench. You know, an opportunity was missed. So I was the first to file for this seat, because I really want to push and make that change, and I think I have the right voice, the right vision, and I'm the right vote for our community at this time.
So you have one opponent at that point?
And then after that, two others. So the incumbent who's on the bench,
right?
And then two other people got in the race after that.
Okay.
And I like to just say the only name you need to remember is Hickerson. I am actually number one on the ballot, and I'm number one choice for you. Thank you.
High five, girlfriend. Can I have my mic back? And I'm going to get these other two guys.
Okay, thank you
so much, Tanisha. Have a good one.
This is Raleigh Richardson. He is the leader of the Student Senate who helped to organize this event. I did not help organize.
Kevin, put that on him.
Okay.
Well, you're playing with me, right? You're playing with me,
Kevin,
right?
where did the other gentleman go?
There was another person.
Guy with the gray hair.
Yeah.
I'll go get him.
Blue shirt, gray hair. Raleigh, I'll tell you what, let me just put that on you.
Okay,
Here we go, real
that
quick.
was not the plan.
Well,
I was sliding away.
Yeah, well, you can't do that, obviously. So
Now I'm connected.
Okay, you're tied to me now forever. All right, tell me what your role is in today's effort at the Black Achievers event down on 10th and Chestnut at YMCA.
Well, I helped with the Teen Senate, and the Teen Senate is kind of like the leadership of the youth for the Black Achievers program. So my responsibility is to kind of help the youth kind of engage the entire cluster sessions, so that way they can kind of have a voice as one.
Okay.
So,
and what is your background that allows you to do that?
my background is I'm actually in human resources. I'm also a member of an organization called Louisville Society of Human Resource Managers.
All right.
And in that organization, we partner with the Black Achievers, and we volunteer to kind of help youth understand business. I'm actually a business cluster leader for the Black Achievers program.
Fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. Who's the dude in the purple shirt that just came into the shot?
He is our illustrious major leader.
Our illustrious.
I work for him.
Major leader.
You do. Can you tell me your name?
Steve Tarver.
Hi, Steve. So what is your job?
I have the blessing of serving as the director of the YMCA's in the greater Louisville region.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow. He is important, isn't he?
He's the boss.
My God.
He's the boss.
That just means I work for him.
So tell me what...
Service organization.
And these volunteers are the best anywhere.
Tell me what your goal is in having events like this associated with the YMCA, and how the kids who attend programs like Black Achievers are going to end up being productive citizens in our community.
Well, to your first question about the health fair types of events.
Yes.
We believe that community integrated health is the health care of the future.
Right.
And where we talk about prevention, balance with treatment, and education and access, and the opportunity to learn more about people taking control of their own health. So that's why we're here. I've spent the morning with children talking about nutrition, on nutritional values and things like that.
Do you have a medical background yourself?
Actually, I don't. I have a health and wellness background through an entire career in the YMCA.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we've talked to the doctor, and I think he went back inside, but we've talked to the doctor about specific health concerns to the African American community. And what do you say to the kids who are participating in wide programs? Either one of you can take this question.
You know what's interesting is I just kind of told my story to one of the doctors, where it's very important to get the right doctor that knows your physiology.
Right.
So making sure that you are taking the time to ask appropriate questions. So this health fair in our community is beneficial because you get to talk to doctors that may actually look like you, which gives them that opportunity to ask those questions that you may have felt uncomfortable to ask. And they can give you that information that you wouldn't have gotten had you not had this opportunity today to ask that question.
Kurt Lawson and Vicki Petsy are watching. Thanks for being with us. And Vicki Petsy happens to be the chairman of the Kentuckiana Lyme Disease Association.
Okay.
So she knows a lot about Lyme disease and how that affects our bodies too, and I'm glad that she's watching, tuning into this. What other programs are available through the YMCA that you can just tick off right now that are going to benefit our kids?
The big one on the front now is diabetes prevention. It's a CDC partnership nationally with the diabetes prevention, reducing the diabetes epidemic, and the quality of life that infringes on too. We have a program called Healthy Weight in Your Child, which is for children with BMIs at a very high level. We have Live Strong, which is cancer survivor programming. And then we have, all of our facilities and things that are based around preventive health across the community.
I want to thank you for having the dog swim at the Northeast Y for Live Strong. My friend Sue Knable is one of the people who runs that, because my dogs love to come out and swim at the end of the summer.
Well, and Sue is a piece of shining light for the example that she set in her own journey as well as for others. 2
different cancers, and she's smiling and she's happy, and she's in her 50s, and it's amazing that she is with us, and we're so glad that she is.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
She is a blessing. Well, thank you guys so much. We have one more person. Tell me your name. Thank you so much, Steve. I'm going to put your mic on this young man here. Raleigh, you can stay unless you have to go.
I can stay.
Whatever you want to do.
Moral support.
I'm there for moral support.
I give Mr. Steve's mic. Oh wow.
Put this on you, buddy.
Thank you.
I give Mr. Steve's mic.
Oh no, I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna add my cohort.
Okay, Raleigh, get out of the shot.
Thank you. I'm getting out of the shot.
Kevin, you want to put that on him for me? Right on the middle of his shirt. Perfect. There we go. Yes, perfect. Okay, gentlemen, you're going to have to go shoulder to shoulder. Right. There you go.
I need more room.
Yes. He's a big dude. Tell me your name.
My name is Daryl Van Cleve.
Daryl?
Yes.
I'm Curtis White Jr.
For Curtis? Daryl and Curtis. Okay. Tell me about your experience with Black Achievers.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Daryl,
Since I'm older. I guess I'm older, right?
You're older. You go for it.
Yeah, so I was a part of actually the 8th grade cluster back in 88.
Wow.
A long time ago. Prior to me departing.
Black Achievers look younger than they are. I've determined that from everybody who's been on camera. Nicole looks like she's 18 years old, and she said she was in it in the 90s too.
Right. So early 90s, late 80s. So I've come full circle and coming back to give to a program that gave so much to me.
Fantastic. What was the one, if you could just pick out one thing that you learned that has influenced your life, what would it be?
I think kind of charting your path, planning, preparation. Had a lot of wonderful mentors that, gave me a lot of great insight and influenced me positively. So I think the positive influences and, the ability to identify and narrow my path.
That's awesome, Daryl. Curtis, you've got a few seconds here. Tell us about
seconds.
You got as much time as you want. Tell us your experience in Black Achievers and how it's influenced
Well,
your
I
life.
actually didn't start the program until I was in high school. So sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. And I actually was able to get my scholarship through college through my time spent and making positive choices in the Black Achievers program.
That's amazing.
But after I graduated, I came back home. I really didn't have a career path set per se. I knew what I wanted to do. I had my degree, but still trying to find a job. And I realized I wanted to come back and help out. And because I didn't have a legit...
Hold that up there. Did you start to do stuff for the Y?
Yes.
Awesome.
I decided to join the 8th grade cluster because I really hadn't chosen my career at that point. I felt that was a more general, cluster to choose from. And even though I'm an educator now, I've been asked to join the education cluster. I still want to stay with the 8th grade cluster because that's kind of been my home with my family since.
Where do you teach?
Teach Jacob Elementary School
awesome.
in Shively. And I guess you want to know, what I learned from the program or what helped me out.
Yes, please. How did it impact you the most?
It impacted me because I realized how important education was and how many opportunities are out there for me and how positive it is to try to pursue those.
I think that's the most important thing that we're learning is we're giving kids exposure to what's available to them. what would you encourage the children who are currently operating in Black Achievers to learn? And are you seeing, I'm interested in this just particularly, are you seeing more of an interest in government as a result of participation in the program? Are there actual classes or groups that are teaching the members about politics?
I'm sure we have a law and government cluster here in general. As a matter of fact, a couple of my 8th grade students express interest, and that's the path that they want to go.
I just talked to one.
Yeah.
Very impressive young lady.
Right. And
yeah, one of the cluster leaders is actually running for a seat herself.
Yeah.
So I
She
think
just talked to me, Tanisha.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a nice real-world example right there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Well, you guys are great. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
I'm going to take my mics back.
All right, thank you.
People have a tendency to want to walk away with my equipment. I can't do that. I can't let you have it. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we are wrapping up here because we've had a wonderful opportunity to share our morning with our friends from, thank you so much, Curtis, from Black Achievers. And it looks like inside the gym, things are wrapping up, and Michaela and Alicia are finishing up. Look how quiet it is. Now we can actually talk. Alicia, what's your opinion about the outcome?
I think that it was a pretty good turnout. I wish that we could have had more, but I also think that the weather had a lot to do. And kind of that was really bad rain. So I totally understand people, not wanting to come out in that. But I do hope that we can have another one in the future. So maybe when the weather's better, so we can get more people out. We also sold some of our Black Achiever shirts.
Oh, good.
So I wish I had an example, but they just took it upstairs, so we have a Teen Senate meeting today.
That's okay. We're watching you. We're watching the hashtag We Achieve. I like that.
We also have a white one that says We Achieve Black Achievers. So.
And you can use that.
Yes.
That's a very important hashtag if you're interested in spreading the word.
Exactly.
Just from another outside perspective, I think it was a huge success.
Thank you.
And I was amazed at how many people did come in spite of the rain. And I want to congratulate you. Thank you so much.
It took a lot of work, and I'm really proud of the Teen Senate for participating in our Zumba that we had. We had a Zumba instructor come in, helping out with our youth achievers. The youth achievers got to learn about how to correctly brush their teeth. So that was really great, and a lot of even us, we learned more about the medical field. A lot of our Teen Senate members want to go into the medical field, so they got to learn different perspectives about it. So that was also amazing.
Talk to somebody who wants to be a doctor. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too.
I shall. I'm going to venture back out into the rain now. So that's going to conclude this special bonus edition of Take It From Tara for the weekend. It's been a pleasure to be at the 10th and Chestnut Street YMCA with some fantastic people. I want to thank Kevin Gunn and Lynn Johnson for giving us the opportunity to take this time to just really work on some of the issues that confront the African American community. And this particular part of town has such potential for building great citizens, especially with programs like the YMCA's Black Achievers. Thanks so much for being with us today. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'm going to be down at Bridgehaven helping to just wash the windows a little bit because we're having Art as a Part of Healing tomorrow. And it's going to be fantastic. It's member art made by folks with mental illness, and it's beautiful and incredible, and we would love you to be able to enjoy purchasing some of it. Half the proceeds go to our friends at Bridgehaven, and the other half go to the art supplies that they are using. So thank you guys so very much. Carol Atterberg, Amanda Pierce Shelton, Tom Boone, our last 3 viewers who joined. Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day. And it looks like the sun's out. Stay dry.